Now we're getting another update from Israel. The Air Force, which is the Israel Air Force, has managed to destroy targets that could endanger the forces being prepared in Gaza Strip in preparation for a maneuver in Gaza. Many speculate that it could possibly be a land invasion. And in the process, they've managed to attack dozens of PTZ launchers and anti-tank positions in the Gaza Strip. So that's the latest coming from the border between Israel and Gaza, where there is preparation underway for a possible land incursion on the part of the Israeli Defense Forces. And in the precursor to that, they're actually targeting several Hamas installations in Gaza. Let me go across to Pradeep, who has all the updates for us. He's been reporting non-stop from Israel. Pradeep, tell us about what kind of action are we now witnessing very close to the Gaza border before what many speculate could possibly be a land incursion into Gaza on the part of the IDF.
See, Siddharth, in fact, there seems to be no sign of de-escalation. The situation is getting worse with each passing hour. And we have seen that there was a tactical and very major response from the Israeli Defense Forces. And that was only confined to the Gaza border. But what now they are trying to do is that they are trying to penetrate inside the Gaza territory. But the only thing that's just stopping them is that there are so many hostages still in the captivity of Hamas. That's one of the reasons that the United States of America wants them to go slow, not to be in a hurry, because that can jeopardize their diplomatic efforts to release all those hostages. And second thing is that they do not want any kind of a trouble at this stage. So that's a big problem right now they are facing. And the second thing is that there are still people in Palestine, in Gaza side, the Palestinian. So one more ultimatum has been given to them, asking them to move towards the safer places because Israeli forces do not want any kind of collateral damage. And third important thing that what actually right now the Israeli Defense Forces are doing, they are looking for incursion corridor. Incursion corridor is really very important for them because they are trying to demolish all those launching sites. They are trying to demolish all.
Stay with us, Pradeep, because we require your inputs on another very important update, which is that Israel has said that 320 targets have been hit in Gaza. These are all Hamas terrorists, and their infrastructure has been bombed by the IDF. And over a dozen such targets have now been successfully hit on the part of the Israeli Air Force, which has been undertaking coordinated strikes across Hamas installations in Gaza. So take us through those numbers once again, Pradeep, and also the importance of what you were calling an incursion corridor.
See, you rightly said. In fact, during the last 24 hours, the 320 locations have been hit by Israeli Defense Forces. They have used the airstrike also. They have targeted them with the help of their artillery guns also, because these areas are where actually these Hamas terrorists had been concealed. Because right now the Israel is fighting a war on two fronts. One is on the southern side, where from the Hamas is trying to target them. Other is on the northern side, where from Hezbollah terrorists are trying to target them. So what actually the Israeli forces are trying to do, they are trying to demolish Hamas as well as they are trying to decimate Hezbollah terrorists also. Because earlier it was a major response, as I said, it was a tactical response. But now what they are doing is that they are going for trying to create that incursion corridor. That's why the operation has shifted towards the northern side of Gaza, where they are trying to just penetrate inside. That's one of the reasons that they have cleared mines in that area. They're also looking for those guerrilla gun posts also. They're trying to clear those, because that way it will become easy for them to penetrate. Because it's not going to be that easy, because they have got lot many challenges. Reason is, Gaza is one of the most densely populated area in the world. The second thing is that the tanks and the armored vehicle will not be moving because the streets are very congested. And the third thing is already many of the buildings have been demolished and rubble is lying on the road. And then fourth thing is that there may be snipers and there are IEDs also. Then they can also be hiding in the network of tunnel from where they will try to target them. And fourth important thing is the hostage. And that's one of the reasons that they are delaying their operation, because they want to look into all pros and cons. Only then they will be penetrating inside. But all I can say that right now the tension on the border really continues. A short while back also there had been explosions. You could hear the sound of the explosion there in the Gaza border. Even the rockets had been fired from the Hamas side. So it's a two-front war. But what is really a worry is that it should not escalate to other region, because Iran had also been threatening that if they will not stop pounding Gaza, then Iran will be left with no other option but to also retaliate. In the meantime, there had also been statement coming from Antony Blinken, the Secretary of State of the United States of America. He said that if any of our soldiers will be targeted, they are also going to respond. So that's a bigger concern right now for all the world power, because they do not want this war to expand to other areas, to shift over to other places in the Gulf countries and Arab world, because they want it should remain confined only to Gaza, so that Israel is able to defend itself and Israel is able to even demolish and decimate Hamas terror organization that had been responsible for brutality and barbarism on October 7 when they intruded into this side of the border, in which more than 1,400 people have lost their lives and 3,000 are said to be injured. But yes, the civilian casualty in Gaza is also a matter of concern, because a lot many people have lost their lives. Because reason is that they're all in carrying out operation from the civilian areas. Many of the mosques have been converted into hideouts. We have seen even the schools are being used as hideouts. So in such a situation, even if you are trying to target those concealed hideouts of the Hamas, there is a possibility of civilian getting killed. And that really suits Hamas, because they are using them as human shield. They will raise UN cry in the international media, saying that how Israeli forces are trying to target them.
That is exactly what Israel has been telling the world, that Hamas has been using civilians as human shields.